He whipped his daughter's bare back with his belt until her skin was red and raw. And in the most horrific of moments, he threw both children down the well. Night after night from then on, I watched them suffer inside the well. Screaming, crying, they desperately struggled to climb the walls until their fingers were shredded and bloody. I watched them get thinner and thinner until they died. The day after they died, I woke up, hopeful the nightmares had finished. By this time, I was not sleeping more than a few hours most nights. My eyes had grown dark, and exhaustion rained havoc on my nervous system, causing me to twitch like my aunt had. I desperately needed a good night's sleep. But it was not to be. That night the torture started over. The children, alive again, were tossed down the well, and reliving the same moments, they slowly starved to death. And then the next night, the dreams started again, at the well. I knew a psychiatrist couldn't help, since these were not dreams but memories forced upon me by the children. I was afraid to take sleeping pills, since I didn't know what would happen if I couldn't wake up. So many years later, I am the crazy one. My aunt is happily married and refuses to take my calls, which is frustrating since my mom and dad have both passed and I have no other relatives to turn to. I understand she feels guilty for passing this curse to me. I also understand how desperate she must have been to get rid of it. I am that desperate now. Although no one has told me as much, I'm certain she fell down the well as a child. Thus I can only hope another child will fall down the well and I will pass the curse to them. Homeless and alone, I stay close to that house. There are children down there, I tell any kids I meet, trying to tempt them to explore the well. I'm so desperate to be free of these nightmares, I'm tempted to throw a child down the hole. I'm tempted to promise them buried treasure at the well's bottom or other riches that would engage their imaginations. But I don't, because if I do, I fear the ghost children will hate me even more than they do already. And perhaps then they won't follow the curse to a new victim, but instead stay to torture me. So I tell them the truth. There are children down there.
Now it's your turn to hide. Hurry, run!
All right. Now where? Oh, where shall I hide?
Wherever you like. We'll count 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I say every house in America should have an electric chair. And every man just once in his life should sit in it, just so that he can feel the power of millions of gallons of electricity flow through his veins. I got an electric chair, that's all I need. You get an electric chair, Sheldon, you don't have to worry about the audience. You get an electric chair, you can tell them anything you want, as long as it's real. You get yourself an electric chair and they'll sit there all night long. Kind of a funny idea, sitting in an electric chair and doing a show. Well, think of the therapeutic value of an electric chair and all the money it is. Yes, an electric chair in every home.
The Electric Chair, a show about horror. ElectricChairShow.com.
An electric chair. Wow.
And this week we're going to have 2 poems by Raven STARHAWK. Here's the first one, Demon Play. The skin I am in is the skin of sin, and the more I decay, the more demons come out to play. A wasteland of impaired dreams is broken and better unspoken. For across a devil's brow I take a bow and swim in a inferno ocean so dim. Hell is my eternal call. House of Damnation by Raven STARHAWK. A dozen needles through a detached eye, a doll's cheek divided and then sewn. Though without a face to belong to, rats nailed to a paint-chipped wall, their blood trails long dried. In a corner standing alone, her skin the color of ash, she turns, each step a jerky motion that emits foul odor. And before her lays wasting keepsakes. Their limbs, fingers, and toes were nearly bones now, their severed heads cracked open long ago, their insides tasty treats. Well, that does it for this week's episode. I'd like to thank Raven STARHAWK. You find her at www.wattpad.com/user/Raven STARHAWK. And I also like to thank KEETER. Did a great job on his story.